Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Today we're going to take a look at this rooftop deck that a customer is looking to put some heaters into this space here, as well as this opposite space over here. We got some seating arrangements over here. So let's go ahead and just take a look at what we have. First of all, let's just go with the dimensions of our patio here. So we have this section here that's roughly about 20 feet wide, and then an overall distance of about 33 feet wide. So that would make this about 13 feet wide, this area. And then a roof line here that's about 8 foot 5 inches, and then roughly 10 foot wide in this direction here. So that's what we have for our dimensions. And again, they have a seating area here, and then I should say a dining area over here, and then a little seating area. They asked about a fire pit. We don't sell fire pits, but I just placed one in here. And one note about fire pits is that, well, we'll talk about the fire pit versus infrared heating. So infrared heating is a light wave. It's a if you can imagine a flashlight, and if I put a flashlight and I shine a light over here, you would see a direct beam of light hitting the wall, and as I pulled that light away, then that beam would get wider, but it would be less intense. This style of heating is more convectional heating, so you have a flame, and that flame hopefully might radiate some heat from, you know, some logs or something like that, lava rock or something. But most of the heat's just going up, straight up, hot gases, hot air, you know, rises. So you don't get the full effect of a heater to warm up this kind of space. You might have the ambiance of it, but fire pits aren't real high output for heating purposes. So one other thing we have to take a look at is we have this door here, and this door opens up, and as it opens up, that could create a fire hazard if we had a heater above this space here, so we can't put one there. So let's just go ahead and see what the first choice of the heater would be. I have a 4,000 watt unit. Now I've placed it between these two windows, and my placement of the windows aren't exact. In fact, if you go back to the photo matching here, if you go back to the photo matching here, you know, you can see that this wall here doesn't really end up to where the distances are indicated. So I'm not quite sure about the exact dimensions, but you can trust the 20 foot dimension here. As far as my drawing is concerned, this is what it would represent in scale with the heaters and seating and doors and that stuff. So that's true. In any case, if we place this heater here, I have it about a 25 degree tilt, and let's see what kind of ray we'll get out of that. So you can see the footprint of heat off of this with this table set up the way it is. You know, I'm getting this chair nice and these two back here real nice, but I'm not really penetrating this space here. In fact, if you pulled the seat back, you wouldn't be in the ray whatsoever. In fact, the table's just barely in the ray here. So this table, being that it's solid mass, it's going to absorb that heat ray, and so the people sitting over here aren't going to appreciate that heat output at all. And as you can see over here, I'm barely penetrating this seat, and so when you're reclined or a little bit further back, then that ray is not going to penetrate this occupant either. So I mean, I would love to put one over here to double that up, but you're only going to really gain this one seat. We're not going to gain the throw from this wall out to this area over here. there's just no way of doing that. So I would say that placing a heater up here, not only is it the hazard that we can't do, but you're not going to gain anything from that hazard as well. So let's just not do that. Some people will tell me that's a good idea, but I just don't think that is a good idea whatsoever. Another option, let's see if I have it here, heater 2 option, would be to place some heaters on some posts, something like that. I have this at about a 15-degree tilt, and I should probably change it down a little bit further. As you can see, the occupants on this side aren't really being penetrated here. But that would give you a total coverage of the space. Well, you can see I'm really not hitting over here. So we could move this. Let's just move it over here real quick. And whoops. Let's just move this a little more, to really get it right. I had it actually in the center of this space here, just so that when you're looking out the window or the doorway here, you wouldn't be seeing the post. But in reality, we're not going to penetrate the positions correctly. So let's do it kind of haphazardly here right now, so we can get an idea. And that's 0 tilt. Oops, sorry about that. I just tilted the whole thing. Let's go in here, and then let's just go with this 10-degree here. Okay, so you can see we have a better footprint on top of the seating positions here. Again, I'm not hitting over here, but this heater should take care of the seat pretty much. And if it's off center just slightly from the table over here, that'll take care of this seat over here. You can play around with that and make a decision based on what your aesthetic appeal might be. I kind of liked it where it was over here in the center, just because I didn't like looking out and possibly seeing that. Now, for the position over here where we have this sectional seating area, again, we can change this ray here so that we're not heating up this massive space here. We're going to change this ray a little bit to heat the seating area. And let's just go to about a 5-degree tilt off of this heater here, or off the bracket here. So you can see that we're penetrating the seating areas really nicely. We could move this heater over to the left slightly if we were to push the sectional away from the wall. We need some distance for this post to affix to the ground, and so I can't pull it closer to this section, or this corner rather, unless we pulled the whole sectional away from the wall. This might give you a little better idea of how this bracket kind of works. It would bolt to the ground. We have these mounting holes here, and you'll need something to support, obviously it to the foundation of the floor. So one last point I just want to bring up is that electric heaters are the proper option for an application like this, especially when it's on a third floor, second floor elevation. You have winds that pick up a little bit higher over a building, and these particular heaters are exposed to all the elements and that wind. And because they're electric versus gas will have moving gases and a flame. That flame will move around when it's windy and become ineffective or inefficient, where electric heaters, they have these elements in here, and these elements are not affected by wind whatsoever, so they put out 100% of their output at all times, regardless of the wind velocity around this space. So if you're looking for a plan for your application, or if you need some help with setting up heaters, please give us a call at patioheat.com, and I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Have a great day.